What is the far right lane of the highway for? A. Bicycles. B. Through traffic. C. Passing other vehicles. D. Traffic entering and exiting the highway. What is the far right lane of the highway for? D. Traffic entering and exiting the highway. On a multi-lane highway, the far right lane is the lane that is used by vehicles entering and exiting the freeway. When you are driving in the right lane, you need to keep an eye on the on-ramps and off-ramps to allow other vehicles to merge and exit the highway safely. Also be sure to keep an eye on exit-only lanes as well as right lanes that end. How often should you check your mirrors? A. Only when changing lanes. B. Every 2 seconds. C. Every 2 minutes. D. Every 6 to 8 seconds. How often should you check your mirrors? D. Every 6 to 8 seconds. Checking your rear view and side view mirrors should be a part of your regularly visual scan as you travel down the roadway. About every 6 to 8 seconds, you should glance at your mirrors to check for traffic behind and to the sides of you. It is important to be aware of what is happening all around your vehicle, not just in front of it. At night, a driver should dim his headlights when an oncoming motor vehicle comes within A. 500 feet. B. 100 feet. C. 200 feet. D. 600 feet. At night, a driver should dim his headlights when an oncoming motor vehicle comes within A. 500 feet. Your high-beam headlights can be useful for driving at night on dark roads. However, the glare from your headlights can also blind other drivers. Most high-beam headlights have a range of about 450 feet or about twice as far as your low-beam headlights. Whenever an oncoming vehicle is within 500 feet of you, your low-beam's headlights should be on. When one vehicle is towing another by means of a chain, the chain must A. Have a 6 inches hook on each end. B. Be attached to the hitch. C. Be made of stainless steel. D. Display a 12 inches square white flag or cloth. When one vehicle is towing another by means of a chain, the chain must D. Display a 12 inches square white flag or cloth. When you tow another vehicle with a chain, rope, or cable, you need to display a white flag or cloth that is at least 12 square inches. If you tow a vehicle with a trailer hitch, except for fifth-wheel trailers, you will also need to use safety chains. Towing another vehicle adds some additional hazards when you drive. If you are towing a vehicle, you'll first need to make sure the connection is safe and legal. Where is it illegal to pass? A. Over a solid double yellow line. B. Near a hill or curve. C. In an intersection. D. All of these. Where is it illegal to pass? D. All of these. Passing other vehicles can be a dangerous maneuver. That's why it is important to only pass where it is permitted and when it is safe to do so. In places where passing is allowed, it is important to only do so if there is a large enough gap in traffic and if there is enough space to return to your lane after the pass. A broken white line between lanes on the roadway means A. The lanes are moving in the same direction. B. The lanes are moving in opposite directions. C. The lines cannot be crossed. D. You are in a carpool lane. A broken white line between lanes on the roadway means A. The lanes are moving in the same direction. White lines are used for traffic moving in the same direction. If there are broken white lines between lanes of traffic, that means that drivers can cross the lines to change lanes or pass. If you do cross a broken white line, you still need to exercise caution and check your mirrors and blind spots to ensure there are no other cars, motorcycles, or bicycles occupying the lane. When turning left, you must yield the right of way. A. If the traffic light is a solid green light, not a green arrow. B. When you arrive at an intersection at the same time as another vehicle going straight or turning right. C. To pedestrians crossing the street. D. All of these. When turning left, you must yield the right of way. D. All of these. There are many situations in which drivers waiting to make a left turn need to yield to other drivers. Some of the most common situations include when you and another vehicle arrive at a four-way stop at the same time and the other driver is either going straight or turning right. When you are at an intersection with a solid green light and are waiting to make an unprotected left turn. Stopping a vehicle with good brakes from 20 miles per hour under good conditions requires about A. 63 feet to react and come to a stop. B. 55 feet to stop. C. 43 feet to apply the brakes and stop. D. 35 feet to react and come to a stop. Stopping a vehicle with good brakes from 20 miles per hour under good conditions requires about A. 63 feet to react and come to a stop. While the physical distance it takes to stop the vehicle at a certain speed is one part of the equation, there are other factors that play into the total stopping distance, including the time it takes you to realize you need to stop, the time it takes for you to apply the brakes, the time it takes for the brakes to stop the car. You are in a truck's blind spot if A. You are 100 feet in front of the truck. B. You are to the right of the truck. C. You cannot see the truck driver in the truck's mirrors. D. You are to the left of the truck. You are in a truck's blind spot if C. You cannot see the truck driver in the truck's mirrors. Trucks and other large vehicles have larger blind spots than passenger cars and small vehicles. These large blind spots are also referred to as no zones. The no zones exist on each side of the truck, directly in front of it, and behind it. One good way to check whether or not you are driving in a truck's blind spot when you are on the sides or behind it is to look into the truck's side view mirrors. If you are not able to see the truck's mirrors at all or cannot see the driver of the truck in the side mirrors, you are most likely driving in the truck's blind spot. Your first response to reduced visibility should be A. Reduce your speed. B. Turn on your high beam headlights. C. Turn on your fog lights. D. Turn off your headlights. Your first response to reduced visibility should be A. Reduce your speed. Driving in low visibility is one of the most dangerous driving conditions you will encounter. When you find yourself in a driving situation with low visibility, the first thing you should do is reduce your speed. Next, you should make sure your headlights are on the low beam setting. Great job! Here are some of your next steps to getting your learner's permit or driver's license. Read and study the official driver handbook from your state DMV. Take more free practice tests at puedomanejar.com. Gather all your necessary forms and documents before you visit the DMV office. Before you know it, you'll be driving in your very own car all by yourself. puedomanejar.com. Free DMV practice tests and much more to help you pass your real exams. Visit us today.